So we have this question here. All right. We've been given our total revenue, our fixed costs, our total costs, right? And we need to find these here. All right. So first thing, we need to find our total variable costs. So the first equation you need to jot down is this equation one. Total cost equals fixed costs plus variable costs. This is the first equation you need to remember. Now, in our question here, we've already been given our total costs and our fixed costs, so we need our variable costs. So if we make variable costs the subject of the formula, variable costs, VC, equals total cost minus fixed costs. Okay? Yes. Okay, so at 0 units, there's no revenue. Our fixed cost 50 kwacha. Our total cost is 50 kwacha. Because remember, fixed costs, even though you're producing nothing, you are going to incur these costs. Okay, even though you are producing 0 units, these are costs you're still going to incur. Okay, so here our total variable cost, you say, equals total cost minus fixed cost 0. Here our variable cost, total cost 60 minus variable cost 50, 10. Here our variable cost, total cost minus fixed cost here. All right. So column 1 done. Any questions? All right. Go to the next one now. Average revenue. Okay. So equation 2, which you need to jot down. Number 2. Average revenue, revenue per unit. Okay. Average revenue is just revenue per unit. It's your total revenue over your output. Okay. Total revenue over output or quantity. That is equation 2 that you need to remember. Okay. So here, when we produce 0 units, our average, the revenue per unit, the total cost, the total revenue is 0. The total output is 0. So the revenue per unit is 0 also. Okay. It's 0. When we produce 1 unit, the total revenue, 100 kwacha, divided by the total output, 1 unit. So the average, the revenue per unit is 100 kwacha. When we produce 2 units, total revenue 180 divided by output 90. So that is our average revenue, the revenue per unit. Okay. Next is marginal revenue. Okay, the extra revenue per unit. Okay, colleagues, extra revenue per unit. So this is equation 3. Marginal revenue equals change in total revenue. So you say total revenue 2 minus total revenue 1 over output 2, the new output minus the old output. Okay, that's how you get your marginal revenue. Change in total revenue, the new total revenue minus the old total revenue over the new quantity minus the old quantity. Okay, colleagues? Now, usually, when the quantity is increasing by units of 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, here this denominator is always going to be 1. Okay, so it's yeah, just better off just subtracting the revenues. Okay, so when we have 0 units, there is no marginal revenue. Okay, no marginal revenue. When we move from 0 units to 1 unit, okay, our total revenue increases from 0 to 100. So our new total revenue is 100 kwacha minus our old total revenue 0 kwacha. Okay, divided by our new quantity 1 minus our old quantity 0. You're going to get 100 kwacha. Okay, so it means this first unit that we brought, the extra revenue is bringing its 100 kwacha. Okay, when we move from 1 unit to 2 units, okay, you're going to say the new total revenue 180 minus the old total revenue 100. Now, since our denominator is 1, so I can just subtract these two. That's all. Because 2 minus 1 is 1, so our denominator will be 1. So I don't need to do the division there. Just subtract these two. Okay. So this second unit that we're producing is bringing an extra revenue of 80 kwacha. Okay. Are we okay with that, colleagues? Profit. Equation number 4. This one already, I believe you already know it. Profit equals total revenue minus total cost. So here, our profit when we're producing 0 units, total revenue minus total costs, we are making a loss. When we produce 1 unit, total revenue 100 minus total cost 60, our profit is 40. When we produce 2 units, total revenue 100 minus total costs 110, 70. Okay, self-explanatory for profit here. Next, we're going to marginal cost, which is the extra cost per unit. Okay, marginal revenue, extra revenue per unit. Marginal cost, extra cost per unit. Okay, so marginal revenue, when we have 0 units, there's no marginal revenue there. All right. When we move from 0 units to 1 unit, the marginal cost, marginal cost, I forgot to put the thing, the formula here. Marginal cost, the same as marginal revenue. Marginal cost equals total cost 2 minus total cost 1 over Q2 minus Q1. Okay, so it's change in total cost. Okay, so the new total cost 60 minus the old total cost 50, we get 10. Okay, remember, because the output is just changing by 1 unit. So we're just subtracting here. Then here the marginal cost, new total cost, 110 minus the old total cost, 60. All right. Any questions on this, colleagues? Okay. Average cost, the average total cost per unit. This is equation. So here we draw equation number 5. Equation number 6, average cost is the total cost over the output. So the total cost 50, output 0. Okay, the average cost here, the cost per unit is 0. All right. When we produce 1 unit, total cost 60, output 1 unit, 60 units. I mean 60 kwacha. That's the cost per unit. When produce 2 units, total cost thing 110 divided by output 2, that is 55. Okay. Then average fixed cost. Okay. Average fixed cost is the fixed cost per unit. Whenever there is average in the equation, just remember it's a total over quantity. Okay. So average fixed cost, AFC, is your total cost over output. Okay. Average variable cost is your variable cost over output. Okay. So these formulae which have got average, it's just the total over the output. Okay. So here for average fixed cost, when we produce 0 units, fixed cost 50 here divided by 0 to be 0. When we produce 1 unit, 50 divided by 1, 50 kwacha. Okay, when we produce 2 units, our fixed cost is still 50 kwacha. Okay, but what you'll notice with these average fixed costs, the more units you produce, they're going to start dropping. Okay, this is what we call the economies of scale. The more you produce, okay, your average fixed cost starts dropping. Okay, yes. Then average variable cost. So your total variable cost divided by quantity. Total variable cost here, 0. Quantity, 0. Here, variable cost, total variable cost is 10. So I'm going to say total variable cost divided by quantity, that is 1. When we produce 2 units, total variable cost 60, average output 2. So average variable cost is 8. Yes. Any questions, colleagues, on this?